Andy, thank you for joining us this evening after an unfortunate 2-1 loss to Halifax in the National League. A lot of chances for your side today in both halves, but in the end it just seemed to be one of them days.
Yeah, I think you just nailed it then. I thought especially first half, I was probably as good as we've played for a long time, if I'm being honest. But like I said, we took well a while. Football matches are normally decided in boxes, and unfortunately first half I think they had one attack and scored, and we've had numerous and not scored. We've had some good chances, not took them. And like I say, second half I didn't think we was as good. Second half we were still okay in the ascendancy a lot of time. Again had some chances, and then again they broke away and scored again. Individual mistake. I think that one probably was. So that was annoying. We like to stay in the game because then when you get the late goal late on, that would have been a decent point. But obviously when you're 2 down, makes it even more difficult. So overall, I was pleased with a lot of performances today, but yeah, really disappointed with the result.
As you briefly mentioned, 1 shot on target in the first half and 1 shot on target in the second half. 2 shots on target for the opposition in the game, and the first penalty of the season for your team, with Shakuna taking it well but just a little bit too late for your team.
Yeah, let's hope it leads to more penalties, because I've moaned before that we've not had enough penalties, and I'm not convinced I wanted to give that one, but we eventually got it and he scored. So that it's annoying because that would have been a good point if we'd have still been at 1-0. But the lads kept going. I said, kept creating. We changed things. We brought players on. I couldn't fault the effort or desire again today. We just lacked that bit of quality in the final third.
Despite the result and the shots on target and everything else, do you think there were any major differences between the two sides today?
The big difference was they were clinical, weren't they? They had 2 chances, scored 2 goals. We've probably had 15 or 12 chances. I'd like to see the stats count. Even corners, I think they had 1 corner at the end. Their game plan was probably good. I'm not knocking how they played. They've done a good job. They've come here. They've been hard to break took the goal really well. It was a great ball in, a great header. I said they're up there for a reason. They've got a really good away record. But I look at us, not them, and I think our performance overall was really, really good, but we wasn't clinical.
No Dan Creans today. Do you have an update on him?
He's a little bit sore, so we'll have a look at him. He didn't train Thursday. We was hoping he might be okay, but he's too important for us to risk and losing him longer term.
We announced throughout this week the loan signs of Arjen Reiki and the return of Ronan Mayer. It was great to see both get minutes today. How have they settled in this week, and how do you think they've done today?
Yeah, I think Arj didn't get that long really. I suppose when he come on, you can see he can pass the ball. He's got a good pedigree. And Ram, we know enough about Rowan. Don't really, from what he did last time, you could see. I think he got the penalty today. You can see he's a threat. And he'll add to what we've got. We've got a good group that'll go in there at the end. We've got a good group, people who haven't played today, people who are waiting opportunities, and we've got a lot of games in a short space of time. And it's important we use the squad accordingly.
A lot of games soon, with 2 next week. What can you take from today's performance going into Hartlepool in midweek and Woking on Saturday?
Similar to what I said last week, really. We ended the game against Barnet, and I thought we deserved something. And I said if we can replicate that performance, we'll win more games than we won't. And obviously we went to Wilson and won, so let's hope we can do the same at Tuesday at Hartlepool, which again is going to be a tough game. And so they've replicated performance today, but just not took the chance.
As you said, Hartlepool on Tuesday. We beat them previously in the season away in the FA Trophy. Do you have any pre-match, post-match of this game thoughts?
I know it's going to be tough. It's a long way to go on a Tuesday night when everyone's been to work. We went there and won before. We played well on the night. I think they made quite a lot of changes though, because it was a FA Trophy game, so they'll be gunning for revenge. But I keep saying if we acquit ourselves properly, and we can match most teams in this league, and that'll be no different. If we're off it and we don't take a chance, it'll be a tough night. We have to take the performance of the last few weeks into it and go again.
And finally, today's match was live on DAZN, but it was still great to see so many Lambs fans here. Do you have any message for them?
Yeah, no, it's good support again. We love the sport. I think I keep saying I think they're enjoying what we're producing. And like I said, although it was live on TV and it's a later time, I'm sure it affected the attendance. But it's nice for the club to get some exposure. And although we lost, I think we probably come out of it with some credit as well, because I thought we played some good stuff, especially first half. And there's still a good attendance, so it was like a win-win. And like I said, we move on to the next.
Andy, thank you for talking to us today, and we'll see you in Hartlepool.
Cheers, thank you.